The Burghers of Calais by Marriott Edgar. It were after the Battle of Calais. The foe all lay dead on the ground, and King Edward went out with his soldiers to clean up the places around. The first place they came to was Calais, where the burghers were stood in a row, and when Edward told them to surrender, they told Edward where he could go. Said he, "I'll beleaguer this city, I'll teach them to flout their new king." So he told all his lads to get camp stools and sit round the place in a ring. The burghers knew nought about Calais. They laughed when they saw Edward's plan, for they thought their side was still winning. So they shrugged and said "San Fairy Ann." But they found at the end of a fortnight that things wasn't looking so nice, with now going out but the pigeons, and now coming in but the mice. For the soldiers sat round on their camp stools, and never a foot did they stir, but spent their time doing their knitting and crosswords and things like that there. The burghers began to get desperate with the food supply sinking so low, for they'd now left but dry bread and water, or what you call in French pang and all. They stuck it all autumn and winter, and later when spring came around they was bothered, bewitched and beleaguered, and cod's heads were 10p a pound. So they stuck a white flag on the rampart to show they was sick of this here, and the soldiers who'd finished their knitting stood up and gave them a cheer. When Edward heard they'd surrendered, he spoke to them in their own tongue. He said, "We'll keep me here all football season, so 12 of you've got to be young." Then up stood the Lord Mayor of Calais. "I'll make one," he gallantly cried. Then he turned to his friends in the council to make up the rest of the side. When the burghers heard of the hanging, they rushed in a crowd through the gate. They were all weeping tears of compassion and hoping they wasn't too late. With ropes round their necks, the 12 heroes stood proudly awaiting their doom, till the hangsman at last crooked his finger and coaxingly said to them, "Come." At that moment, good Queen Philippa ran out of her bower and said, "Oh, do show some mercy, my husband, oh, don't be so spiteful, dear Ted." Then down on her knee joints before him, she dropped, and in accents that rang, "Edward, please, just to oblige me, you can't let these poor burghers hang." The king were quite touched with her pleading, and lifted his wife by the hand, and gave her all 12 as a keepsake. So peace once more reigned in the land.